And you've been busy. You've been doing public speaking. You've been doing a lot of interviews, a lot of podcasts. And if I were going to design a campaign for you to become vice president of the country, this is exactly how I would design your campaign, to do exactly what you're doing now.
Well, I will say in my defense against that vicious accusation that I am like the worst at political calculation you could be. I mean, obviously, I keep getting fired, so I'm not very good at politics at all. And really, I love giving speeches. I have been giving a lot of speeches, mostly because a speech helps me think through what I believe. I don't ever write anything down, ever, for a speech, but I kind of brood about it. And then as you start speaking, it's an amazing experience. I'd recommend to everybody. The ideas kind of form as you articulate things. Other things occur to you. It's a live, in my experience, a live speech is not just a matter of you delivering information to the audience. It's a process of learning for you, the speaker. And I need that because there's so much going on. I cannot spend my life, just behind my phone looking at, social media or whatever. I need that experience. And I also want to meet people, and I live, in a pretty remote way. So, I don't live around crowds of people, that's for sure. So it's all very nice. I've loved it, actually.
I think there's a lot of people watching and listening right now going, we would love Tucker as a VP. We would love to be a part of it. And for the most selfish reason, if I could say that the number one thing I want to see as a Tucker VP campaign is a Tucker Carlson versus Kamala Harris debate. I think that would break all records, the most watched vice president debate in the history of the world, to never be beaten again, because everyone wants to see that.
Well, it's so funny. I mean, of course, I would love that. But you sort of wonder how it would play out. We play a game called backgammon in my house. I've always played backgammon, and I have one of my 4 children. Well, they all play, and they're all good. But one of them, when she was little, didn't really know how to play backgammon, and she would always beat me. Not always, but often beat me. And I played my whole life. And how was she beating me? Because she created chaos on the board. She would do things you weren't supposed to do, and it would throw me off completely. It was so crazy because she was, 7 years old, that she would win. And you sort of wonder if that would be the experience of going up against Kamala Harris. I mean, if it's a debate about, the issues or whatever, pretty confident, you could prevail because she has nothing really to say, because she has no successes and no achievement over the course of her life. But she's so sort of detached from reality that she might crush me, actually, because I'm pretty literal. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
I mean, she's going to just spray words out into the world, and then you got to kind of figure out in real time, what is she saying? And then all of a sudden it's like, well, yes, Tucker didn't respond properly. I didn't know what she was saying.
Right. No, it's totally true. And if there's something, I mean, the ideal debate is between, you and someone you disagree with sincerely, but who's smart, who can articulate it. And, even in those debates, occasionally, back when those existed, they don't exist anymore, but I did it for, decades, you would have your own mind change. You're like, actually, that's a pretty good point. On this one thing, I changed my mind. That's happened to me. But with Kamala Harris, it's like totally postmodern. It's like a Jackson Pollock painting. They're just like splashes of color and like, what do they add up to? I don't know. Do you know what I mean?